I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, so before I start building, putting together the blower box, I had to redesign the blower connection because the original one was too tall. Like, literally everything was too tall. This part was too tall, this part was too tall, so I had to shorten it down so that it could fit inside the blower box. But also, attaching this to the blower is really easy because since I used a very specific blower, just glue it on. Like, put glue right here, just around this side right here, and then just, put on the thing where you're gonna plug it into the blower. Put it in, and then make sure that it's on there good, because if it isn't, it's gonna cause some problems. So yeah, this part is pretty simple, but let's go on to the blower box itself. So let's do the hinges. I'm gonna first start with the hinges because, well, it's the easy part. uh hinges right here. The one that has two would go, like, I don't know what are these called, but the one with two of these, it'll connect to the blower box, and the one that just has, well, one is going to be connecting to the door. So it's just going to be connected on like that, and you're going to be needing two, obviously. And to attach these, you could just attach it up like how I did it, but don't do that actually, because it's gonna fall off very easily. So you're gonna be needing some very strong glue, like super glue. And just apply super glue right here, and if you want, on the sides too. And then whatever you get the super glue on, put it on here, and make sure that it's on this side like this, because it will make the door centered a lot. Well, yeah, it will make the door aligned with the I don't know what I'm saying. So yeah, and then just do it the same for the bottom one. So let me go do that real quick. Make sure you don't end up like me in putting glue on the wrong side. Put it on the opposite side. Don't be like me. Also, while applying the glue, don't get it near that part, or I'm just completely dumb and I could just... Never mind. Just do this. I'm stupid sometimes. Maybe you should take apart the hinge and then put it on, so that life would be a lot more easier for you. Alrighty then. Yeah, I should have done that this whole entire time. Okay, I'm stupid, guys. Remember, I'm just winging it on assembling the blower box, because I have never built a 3D printed blower box before, even though it's supposed to work similar to the 3D and Fresh Hurricanes blower boxes. But this one is a lot more stronger, and possibly last longer. I don't know. So I need to do it to the other side. So oh no. There you go. Now I need to apply glue to the right side this time. I gotta make sure I apply it on the right side instead of the wrong side again. Alright, I didn't put it on the wrong side. There you go. And then push it, push. Make sure, well, I think I said this, but I'm just gonna say it for like 1,000,000 times more. What? Okay. Make sure you push it to the side right here, because if it isn't, and if it's off-centered, that's gonna be a problem. All right, and then when it's on, now you could put back the thingies, the other parts of the hinge. I forgot what they're called. I just said the name. Okay, I'm not smart sometimes. So then, and then the other one just goes on like that. Oh, and also, one more thing. While printing this piece, you gotta set your printer speed pretty slow, because if it isn't, it's gonna be shifting all over the place. I got a good example. Printing out Titanic's mast. Alright, now we could apply the vent, which is on this side. So when you 3D print the vent, you could just leave it as is. Or if you want to be very detailed, or I don't know, I guess detailed, put some mesh on here because, I mean, it won't make it look bad. I mean, it looks kind of good. It's up to you. This is optional if you want to add some mesh on it or not. And then all you gotta do is just put glue on the mesh or something. How you put on mesh, and then you just glue on the vent itself, like literally glue on the vent right here, and make sure it's aligned with the hole right here, because if it isn't, it's gonna look wonky. But I mean, it won't necessarily destroy the look of the blower box. It would just kind of look wonky and look goofy. So, there you go. Vent is on. There you go. It's very simple. Also, while recording this segment, I don't have the door and the little plug and the thing that holds the plug printed because, well, my printer just got done printing the blower box itself. So, as of now, I'm just gonna go on and assemble what I have currently. Alright, so for people who are wondering, what is this little square hole used for? For the little plug. And then you're gonna keep on pulling and pulling until blower makes it to the blower box. Make sure you got that. Oh yeah, and also about this part, you might have to cut off these things. Is because the things that are attached to there, because it is very annoying. Like really annoying. So I mean, if you want to leave it on, I guess, but it's going to be very annoying. So and then it's just connects on like that. There you go. Now it won't come off. Yay. Alright. Now here comes the part where, oh my goodness, aligning the blower is critical because, I mean, who would want a hurricane slouching? I'm looking at you, Fresh Hurricane at 30 Hurricane. So, for this part, I had so many ways of how to align the blower, but I just came up with a simple idea. Put glue on here. Put glue on here. And then attach on the top of the blower box and make sure that it's straight, because if it isn't, it won't cause any problems. It will just look weird. Make sure it's straight. Oh no, what did I do? Oh wait, no, that's just the thing. Oh no! That's a problem. Alright. And then the blower is just going to be floating, which is going to be putting in so much. Alright, so when the glue is dry, put something right here that is, well, thin, because, I mean, you need to support the blower because the blower is going to be floating right there. No, like, literally, the blower is actually going to be floating right here. So, I'm going to use this thin piece of cardboard right here so that the blower could have a little place to rest at. Like this. And also, I want to make sure that everything is aligned, so I'm going to put on my Hurricane to make sure that everything is aligned, make sure that he isn't slouching. Okay, so it is aligned. Okay, so disconnect the Hurricane, and then now apply glue to the top of the rotator blower box, and also make sure that you align it properly, because if it isn't aligned, it won't cause any problems. It will look wonky. I said that like 1 billion times for some parts. So make sure that it's aligned properly. And this time, I gotta align it properly. Because if I don't, it ain't gonna look good. Oh my lord! And if you're still paranoid with the blower kind of shifting a little bit more, add a ton of glue right there. It'll fix it. All right, so now blower is attached, and now you go attach your hurricane. But there's... Oh, okay, I guess never mind. But just in case, it's gonna be a problem when it's like this because look at how unstable it is. So, it's because the head itself. So, I know how to fix this problem. Alright, so I know how to stop the hurricane from, like, making the blower box kind of, like, tilt a little bit forward and kind of cause a bit of instability. Put something large on the side, and also long, too, because this would help its instability. No, like, literally put something on the side. Make sure that it's aligned properly right here. Like, make sure it's pretty flat, because if it isn't, if it's more like this, that won't help. But if it's like this, it might be tilting back a little bit. But for me, I'm gonna be it like this and probably just slightly angle it. So, yeah, I don't know. If you don't want to do this method of attaching something large on the side, attach something that is strong enough, but it's also very thin and also long too, to the bottom, because, I mean, it would still be the same, but it's on the bottom. Like, for example, this wooden thing, attach it to the bottom, and then it's just going to be straight. So, yeah, but I'm going to do this side. This part is optional. You could do it with foam, cardboard, whatever. I'm going to use foam because, I mean, foam works on 3D Hurricane, and I'm going to try it here. But the problem about foam is the glue is going to eat it. So you better make sure that that won't happen. Ah, it's not ending. Oh, yeah. About the cardboard bit, you could build the cardboard bit, or you could just find a box that is long enough to support the horn. But also, if you do find a box, make sure that it fits under the grill and, like, between right here and the bottom of the grill, because if it doesn't, you might have to make it or modify that box to fit it. Like how I did with this foam block, I had to cut off this section right here so that it could fit from where the grill is. Or grill? Vent or grill? I don't know. I keep on mixing up the names for some reason. Once it's on, attach hurricane, and now, oh my lord, this dude is all white. Literally, well, minus the vent that I just colored. I think I could fix this problem. It'll work. All I did was just wrap around cardboard on the blower pipe right here, and I mean, I guess that'll work. I mean, it kind of, I don't know. It looks like it's a cardboard blower pipe, but it's actually oh my goodness, how do I, there you go. It's actually a 3D printed blower pipe. This is just only for looks. But, yeah. I'm gonna get the door bit in, like, the next shot when I have the parts printed. So, well, this is about a week later. I think it's a week, I think it's a week later. I got the door printed, and I removed the supports and everything. Yeah. Ah! Not only I printed out the door, but I also printed out the little door plug and the door plug holder connector thing. Well, I don't know what to name this thing, because all it does is just, well, hold the plug and prevent the door from opening. So I don't know what to call it. So, and for right here, this is where the door plug is gonna go. You might have to sand down in here to fit the door plug in, because it's gonna be a bit too small. So, yeah. But also, I gotta go test fit some things real quick. Alright, so I forgot I could do this. I could remove the little hinge, these parts right here. Take off the hinge. And the first one plugged in pretty well, actually. And it's smooth on there. Will it be the same for the other one? Whoops, others. Oh my goodness. That feels nice. It even feels smooth too. So then it's just gonna go on like, oh my god, their supports are in the way. And it's gonna go in like that. So, ooh. And it's just gonna open up like that. Not only that I have to put on these things, whoops, but also I had to test fit this thing, so I gotta make sure that it goes into this little part. Since it's also in an angle, it fell. Since it's in an angle right here, the bigger side right here, the bigger side, the one that's bigger than this one, it would be attached on to here, and it seems like it fits fine, I think. Oh my goodness. Stop falling. I can't tell actually, but yeah, it kind of fits fine. No, it doesn't. God. I'm trying to like, I might have to trim out a little bit of the corner. You get, or I could just try to sand a little bit. That works, I guess. Yeah, I could just sand down a little bit on this corner right here, because it could be the problem. If I can sand it down. And I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. All right. So then, whenever you get these hinges attached to the door right here, make sure they're in the right side. Like the little thing, this little lump right here is outward, because, well, yeah. And look, this is what I mean by you have to align these hinges, like these ones with just one with the door, while the ones the two with the blower box, because it's gonna make the door a lot more centered. Because if you can't tell, this little hinge right here, this part is shorter than that one. Slightly shorter, actually. Or, I don't know. It looked shorter. I don't know. So then, you're gonna glue these on, and it will be the same for this one. So, I'm gonna go glue them on real quick. One more thing. The glue doesn't really matter for right here, but I would personally go for super glue because, well, strong super glue because, well, it's going to hold the door a lot more stronger. So, yeah, I still haven't glued them on just yet. So, yeah. When attaching this part, make sure this little angled side, since the camera's not focusing for some reason. What was that? This angled side right here, where it's slanted to this side, it's going to face this way when attaching to the door right here. Because, I mean, since the door is going to be open and closing... What? Since the door is going to be open and closing, this little angle is going to kind of provide a little... to make sure it would have some clearance, but, I mean, since the walls are a little bit more thinner, I'm not sure if that's even going to work or not, but... So, yeah, angle right here needs to go face this side, while the flat side is going to face that way when attached to the door, like this. So anyways, let me go glue it on. When the glue is dry, you could put the door on where the hinges are going to be right there. And this part is going to be a little bit tricky, is to put these back on. The top one is going to be fine. It's just the bottom one. So the top one is you have to put it back on the hole right here, and then try to align this bottom hinge to the top one. I mean, to the other hinge. And then when you get it aligned, it's going to eventually slide in. It will be the same for the bottom one, but this time it's going to be a little bit harder. Because, yeah. So then just try to fiddle around with it whenever you... There you go. And then try to line it with this, and it should go down like that. And now we got the door attached on. Yeah. And now, I guess that's all for the blower box, because, nothing else. All right, so putting on this thing is pretty easy because you don't glue on, or you don't glue this on. It's just a thing to hold the door, like locking the door. So all you gotta do is just, well, close the door itself, and then you could either look through the hole or just feel. So you're gonna have to kind of wiggle it on there, but also you could try to, since the door is like pretty wobbly itself, you could try to position the door a little bit, and then it goes in. And like I said, it acts like a lock, so it'll keep the door from opening, and then when you pull it out, it's like unlocked. So yeah, that's how that bit works. So there you go. You have completed your own fresh hurricane. And here comes the optional part, the logo. So this part, I really don't know how to do the measurements, because I mean, I know there is one place where you could do the measurements and then print out with the correct measurements, but I don't know what that is. I don't remember what it was, but yeah. So whenever you get the thing printed, or you could just trace it and color it, but if you want to print it, just print it with the correct size. That is also in the description of the of where it shows the 3D logo. So all you got to do is just take a screenshot of this and then go somewhere where you could just size it and then print it out. So anyways, so whenever you print it out, you just cut around the 3D logo. So when you get the 3D logo cut out, you just put it right in front of the rotator box. And you could use glue. Well, actually, you do need glue to just put it on there, which all you gotta do is just, there is two ways to put this on. You could just put glue around right here, like around the back right here, or you could just dab some glues on like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For me, I'm gonna go for the option that I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, or the other one. Yeah. All right, when you get the glue on, you gotta align it perfectly on the front. You gotta be careful with this part, because you don't want to ruin the logo with you, because I kind of printed this one out a bit too big, but I don't really feel like printing out another one. So right here is gonna have to work. But also be careful for the glue that you're using for people who used a paper printer, because if it's too liquidy, it's gonna ruin the color. I mean, it's gonna ruin the print. Well, some people would probably laminate it, but if you're just gonna go on raw like that, it's risky. With or without the 3D logo, it is part of the 3D Hurricane family, but as a cousin. So, yeah. You're about to get so many family members. But, yeah, there is how to build your own fresh hurricane. Well, mine is Grand Hurricane for the name.